Welcome, folks, to another episode on Common Sense. And today we have a special guest who has already become a family within 5 minutes of meeting the whole crew. Silver.
Hi.
Welcome, Silver. You can follow Silver on Instagram, Free Flowing Thoughts. And you have your regular queen of the sofa, Nana, the one who's been making Nigerian men go gaga. And me, your regular boy who just speaks that good. So welcome. Social media and detoxing. That's what we're discussing. It's a heavy topic.
Yes, it is.
Especially for every one of us, though. This whole world that is so hyper connected. Everyone is, look, I'm on my phone still. Pretty sure. No, I'm not on Instagram. So what do you guys think? Silver, let me come to you.
Wow. Those who know me already know that when it comes to social media, I have long spurts of plugging out.
Okay.
I think naturally, social media, we have become media and less social in real life.
Oh, wow.
Let me start with that bar. Yeah.
That, I can't do that, boy.
Okay.
Yes.
And I just naturally, but at the same time, I feel that it is naturally a self-confidence for many. It has its pluses and it has its pros and its cons. We know that everything does. And there's nothing wrong with social. It's how we choose to use it. We know that. Yeah. For me, it's interesting because people tend to inbox me and say, "Are you all right? I've not seen you on social for like 3-4 months."
Oh, wow.
And I think, wow, that's a lot of people message me, because when I'm on it. Yeah. But then I say, the beautiful thing is when I'm not on it, it's when I'm really great. Because plugging out means I actually go back to a real grounded identity. Let's be honest, when you post a video or you post a picture, you're anticipating some interaction, even if it's not a tick, a comment, something. You might even decide to delete it and repost it if no one's, did it really go through? That's where we're at with media.
Oh, wow.
So
this is just exposing my whole life.
Well, let's keep honest,
boy. Hey.
But when you plug out, for me, it grounds me. I don't even always plan a time. This happens and I go through a metamorphosis and I find that I shred and just develop, grow.
You must have been very good at biology class, metamorphosis.
But shedding. For me, it's a spiritual detox and I don't plan to do it, is what I'm saying. Okay. I think we need to know when to plug out.
Yeah.
I think before I come to Nana, interesting the words you've been using. I like the plug out. I like we'll become more media and less social. It's amazing. You sit around the dinner table, family of 5, 6 or whatever, even just with your friend, and you're having this meal. You ordered your meal. The first thing people do is
take a picture.
Wait. Take a picture and straight on the ground before we even ate.
Yeah.
Other people are seeing what we want to eat around the world before we ate.
That's
you're
true.
on your phone, not having conversations. So that's a really interesting take. We'll become more media. So we'll become more the goods for people to consume instead of us being social.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nana?
Oh, no. That's a very valid point. Because I've had points where sometimes, because I have an Apple Watch, and then sometimes when you're on your laptop, you're on your Apple Watch, you're on your phone, and all three of them are going off.
Oh my gosh. I like this thing.
And I remember sitting there like I am overwhelmed.
Oh my gosh.
And honestly, it's so overwhelming. And I sit back and I'm like, why am I so attached to all these devices? Why do I feel like I need all these devices going on?
That's a big word.
And it's like, I know for a fact that there's been times when I really should be sleeping. I'm on TikTok scrolling.
Oh my gosh.
Scrolling.
This is just exposing me.
It's me, like I want to break the habit because I used to love reading. I would read before I go to bed. I would do all these things. But now I'm sat there and I'm like, I'm scrolling on TikTok.
But you know the interesting thing?
I've replaced it.
You're scrolling, but it's really scrolling you.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I'm loving
it's just
this.
the ease of it.
I think I should just sit here and
honestly, I'm just sat there and I'm scrolling and it's like, it's the ease of it. And I'm thinking, and I remember thinking, why do I spend so much time on these? Like, it's literally ruling and controlling my life.
Do you know what I honestly think it is? No matter who you are, I honestly think when you are genuinely filled and topped up in a space in life, that goes for all of us, yeah? You don't have as much time for that. you're on it, but we use it as a distraction and we think it's healthy.
Yeah.
But unless we obviously creating a brand, so we have a reason. But outside of this, although we find time, we can spend, if you look at it, the apps have a gauge of how long you spend on it.
Scary
Do you really want to see?
No, you don't. You don't want to.
But why is there a need so much? It is a fake comfort zone, a fake confidence. At the same time, it massages a lot of our ego.
Yeah.
And distracts us from the emptiness, the voids that are really there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm just short of words because I'm overwhelmed already. I thought I had all of this planned. No, true. Because the words, the languages you're using, you touched on attachment and you talk about the hold it has on us and like the need to feel something of what is that need we're trying to feel. You talk about distractions as well, the control it has on you. And you talked about something that is disappearing. I love paperback. I love books. I can't read online more than a single page. I can't. I have to have it. I have to print it because I like doodling on them, right? Putting my thoughts in them. So that's disappeared because of what we have today.
Yeah.
So a lot of things you're touching on, and you touch though some negative, but you touch on the positive. We're building a brand here.
Yeah.
It's what I always argued. If you have need for social media, even if you have need for it, if you're making money out of it or just getting your messages across, which is great, you still need to unplug from that sometimes. You need to find a healthy balance. But if you got no business, you're not monetizing anything, you're not putting anything there, you absolutely got no business being there. 24/7, let this thing take a hold of you. And again, people need to know what social media is, because when you say social media, they mostly just go Facebook, Instagram, no, Twitter, or X. I say no, social media is even your Yahoo Mail.
Yeah.
The hold is got on you. And it is.
Now Threads. Let's not
Threads. Thank goodness
Threads.
I haven't downloaded that. People got that guy and the other guy were fighting. They brought Threads and people just jumped on the bandwagon. Like, what's wrong with you? And I kept getting hits. Your friend is on Thread. I said, what's my business? I'm not a tailor. I don't need needle on Thread. You know?
I'm going to add you on it today when I go home.
So you see where I'm coming from. So what is your need for that? So the negatives are there, the positives are there as well. What are you using it for? Have you thought about it? LinkedIn is social media. People don't know. And you talked about control. We've got this. This controls like I want to monitor my steps. We're so much carried away with this stuff. Your wristwatch is giving you notifications. Your phone is doing the same. Your laptop is doing the same. Your iPad on the corner. Your Sony TV is doing the same now.
It's a lot.
And we go, oh my God, they're watching us. I said, no, it's our insatiable greed that drives all of this. Because if you don't go on these things, Instagram knows you're not on it, and it will remind you spend less time this week.
Yeah.
What that is telling you, they're not giving you. They're not saying have a cup of coffee for that. They're saying you need to spend more time. What are you doing? Not spending time on this thing? Come on, put more effort. So I'm overwhelmed. I really thought I had all of this on lock until you two started talking. I'm like, it's a deeper problem here.
Yeah, it is.
What is that void we as humans are trying to fill up?
And also, it's also like thinking about it, because we're constantly on our phones. Sometimes because you see that, oh, this person is posting, you assume that they're okay, when in actual fact, people are going through the pits of hell.
That's what I meant by when I'm off it, I'm in my best state.
Yeah. Because sometimes I remember you'd be like, oh, wait, they've been posting, they should be fine.
Yeah.
And then you speak to them and there's like their life is falling apart. And you then start to feel like maybe perhaps like I should make more of an effort to actually speak to the people that I love to make sure that they're okay, as opposed to just assuming that because they're posting, they're okay. And I think we've also kind of lost that as well.
Yeah.
Because you go on social media and it's like, before social media, we used to talk to each other. We actually used to pick up the phone, have conversations, figure out what's happening.
Recently,
we used to meet up.
There was a time when we would crave waiting midnight for your 1,003 minutes.
Yeah.
So you can talk to people.
Oh yeah, I remember 5-day pass.
But now we don't even bother.
Yeah, T-Mobile 5-day pass. And I remember, right?
Oh yeah, the 5-day pass.
Literally for my parents.
People were waiting midnight Sunday.
Give me £5. So I could tap on my phone, so I could call my friends, and I knew that for 5 days I had
5, 10, 15 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to do that, and now we've got so much apps to interact, and we're no longer close.
No, we're not.
Like there's this distance.
Pros and cons. Yeah, pros and cons. I think there was a Buddha, because I love Buddhist reflection. I love the quotes. I'm not a Buddhist, but I'm very into it, vibrationally. And like the Buddha said, there's nothing wrong with your phone or media. It's how you choose to engage with it.
Absolutely.
So for those people, remember, for an example, the one who made the app, they're not thinking that because they got us hooked. It works for them. They know how. So we have to learn how to interact with it. It's done nothing to us. It's how we choose. All it does is reveal who we are.
I was going to go there. Is this like an alter ego we're putting out there? Is this
for those of us who are content creators, especially? Let's be honest. You know, we use it to display how we look. Me and Jude love our. You know, we love the. we love our. We know this. We love our glasses. I be watching you. Our wardrobes are quite similar in a way. So it depends on who you are. On the flip side, just to expand 1 second, if you guys don't mind, you got. It also expands to some of the dating apps. It's where you want it to go. It works in many ways.
Yeah, it does. A lot of people met people there. Yeah.
And guess what? There's nothing wrong with any of it. It's how you choose to engage with it.
Yes.
It goes back to the I.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct, though. It's how you interact with it. It's what you use it for.
Lockdown, it saved many people's sanity.
Yeah,
it did.
Because actually, I do get tidbits, sort of history that I wouldn't really get, and I get them there.
Yeah.
So you get the positive, you get you're right. You do learn a lot from these apps as well.
That's actually very true.
So it's like saying guns don't kill people, rappers do, or people do. So these apps are not really the cause of whatever we think is happening there, the mental health and all. That's got to do with us, how we interact with it. So if you go in there and your confidence is shaken and you continue to consume all of this, thinking, oh, I need to get this platform, I need to look like that person, and you end up...
All it does is intensify you.
Yeah.
Because when I plug out, I noticed the first time I was like, oh, okay, I feel very different. And now I've come back, I feel, why do I feel bombarded? But when I plugged out, I didn't feel the urgency to travel the world. I didn't feel the urgency to achieve my dream home. It gives me
that's
an
another
urgency.
Angle.
Now, at the same time, my son said, but mom, it also can inspire. Yes, but you have to learn. It's like having a drink. Do you know how much to take? You got to know.
Yes.
How much to consume.
Yes.
So it always rebalances me when I personally plug out. And I never know whether it's going to be 1 week or 1 year. And I just go with it.
I think that's amazing.
That is a valid point. Because I don't think I've ever intentionally been like, I'm plugging out of social media.
I don't mean to do it.
I have moments where I just like, if I don't feel like going on TikTok or I just won't do it. Or if I'm really busy. When I'm really busy in life, I don't actually go on social media that much.
That's what I meant by the void.
Yeah.
I plug that though.
But it's it's honestly when I feel like, oh, now I have like time on my hands. Because even thinking about it, during the working day, I don't actually go on my social media.
That's discipline.
It's when I'm literally, okay, if I take a lunch break, because I don't like, I'm just eating my food. And I'm one of those people, I like to have my lunch break by myself.
Ooh.
It's a boundary that I've set at work.
Colleagues are watching, you know this.
No, I've told them. I was like, no.
I used to be like, that is me.
But I
That's
don't have
me,
like
but
an issue with it. But if we've planned a group lunch, I'll be there. Don't get me wrong, guys. Go to your group lunches. But where every single day where I have this thing where that's my time to be by myself.
I like
me
that.
Eating my food and just having some time away.
I like that. But you know what?
So it's when I find it is when I'm like by myself, that's when I pick up. And I'm like, I'm on all these switching between X to Instagram to
switching
messages,
for me.
to this, to them.
It's that switching.
Then Apple News. I'm going, what's going on?
Oh my gosh.
I'm like literally.
It is that. It is true though.
How do you feel when you're doing that? How do you feel how do you feel once you plug back in and like it's your lunch break and you're taking that moment? How do you feel?
Like, for me, it's just that moment where I'm like, okay, what's happening in the world? Like, what's going on?
But you see,
a lot of times I like discussion-based things. So I'll go on Twitter to be like, oh, what discussions are they having today? Or I'll go in the news and be like, what's happening? But that's just me because I don't know. I just like knowing random facts and things that are happening.
That's really cool.
So that's how I look at it. But then there are moments where I'm like, this is like, I want to go back to the things that I used to love to do as a kid, where I wasn't really so much reliant on these devices.
You will when you plug out. It will happen naturally. That's my point. I think, okay, it's like when you're on a diet, for those who's tried it, yeah?
Yeah.
If you say, I'm not allowed to have chocolate, me and you both then.
Yeah.
If you say you're not allowed to have chocolate, you're going to want the chocolate. Because you're telling yourself not to have the chocolate.
Yes.
You see, when
No
transition
resistance.
happens naturally,
Yes.
there's no fight. But of course, sometimes if it don't happen, you've got to make it happen, yeah?
Yeah.
So naturally, when you, let's say you say to yourself, you know what, I do need, even if it's 2 days, 4 days, 8 days, whatever it is, you will find that because you've done it intentionally, you'll maybe even be irritated. It's like withdrawal for those who's got to go through that.
Yeah.
But with me, I just do it naturally and I'm gone.
Yeah.
So I don't feel tempted in any way. And the reason why I delete my WhatsApp as well, by the way, most of the time when I plug out, because people then send me videos from media and I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
Plug out means plug out.
Plug out, yeah.
So here's what's interesting. When I delete the WhatsApp, I hear from about 2 out of 10% of people because they don't do regular calls anymore. It's got to be WhatsApp.
Nobody calls anymore.
Yeah.
And they don't normal text. So I have
text.
Peace, the stillness.
This is an amazing topic. So, folks, we're still talking about social media and detoxifying or detoxification.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and all. Subscribe and like and share. This is a very interesting topic. And talking about plugging, the way I plugged out, because like Nana was saying earlier, you have all of these gadgets and the notification keeps buying. And I know people who have notification for everything. The Daily Mail Online, Guardian, everything. Some website from Nigeria, everything. They just on the know to know what is happening to that lady in that show, or that guy in that BBN or whatever. So what happened, how I plugged out, was as a result of my brother's death. It's coming to 2 years now. So on the day he died was a Sunday. It was May 16. And within that period when the news filtered in, even people were already putting it on Facebook before I even got a sense of what was happening. And my phone was just flying left, right, center. And I just felt this sudden headache and up to the back of my head. And I had to unplug and I said, you know what? Social media ain't just WhatsApp and Facebook. It's Yahoo, it's LinkedIn, it's all of these. You just wanting to hear that beep. And I disconnected from everything. And it's getting to 2 years, I don't miss it. I say, there's no urgency that will drag me back to these things. If I need to come on Instagram, I'll come my own terms. If I need to check my WhatsApp, I will come check it my own terms. If you have anything urgent, you better don't use WhatsApp. Call me.
Exactly.
Call me and I'll pick my phone. That's whether you're calling me with an unknown number, I don't care. You call my phone, I'll pick. Who's this? That's how we do it. So that's how I unplug. Might be a very drastic way, but something happened for me to do it that way. So other people might have their way to do it. And I know even these apps, they have a way that you set up time to have a downtime. They have it. I think some parents showed me the other time how to use it for your kids. They have a downtime at 7 o'clock. They shut down everything. Well, now let's talk about let's be grounded. How do you detoxify from these? All the hatred, everything there, because some people really they feel that people hate them. When they put pictures out there, they don't get likes at all. And they believe at the time they have real friends. Some of them are their friends on social media as well. And they've got these imaginary friends that are like 500, but they don't get likes when they put their pictures there. And they feel so bad about it. Do I not look good enough? What's your advice to somebody like that?
Well, firstly, I put my first picture on my WhatsApp in 2012. I remember it clearly. And I spoke about this a few times on my live because I was actually very finicky and insecure with myself. I was never pretty enough as I'm concerned. So I used to pick fault out myself.
Wow.
So I wouldn't even put a picture out.
Oh, okay.
People were like, are you crazy? But it's not about what anyone else thought. And it didn't come from, obviously how you are. When you search yourself, naturally, you're going to look at where you were as a child. Everything starts from child-based. Or if not, relationship-based.
Yes.
So no one told me I was ugly. And I wasn't bullied or anything like that. I didn't meet a man who said I was terrible. I think for me, where it came from was I got knocked over badly as a child, severely. And my face was twisted.
Oh.
So that left an imprint of how I looked for a very, very long time. Yeah. So in 2012, I put my first picture out. And obviously, you've got the editing, you're doing all that, and you're like, but why?
Yeah.
Why am I seeking outside of myself?
Yeah.
So I hope that kind of connects to the question you're asking.
It does.
Yeah.
So I was seeking outside of myself. It's no different to asking all these posts you see when they say, "Oh, be his peace, be her peace." No, peace comes within.
It comes from within.
You can
it's not from
enhance
the
it.
without.
Yeah.
You can enhance it.
Yes.
So
But your peace starts from there.
peaceful,
So I still naturally, like everybody, I would say I'm balanced. I can say, okay, my hair's sticking out here, could have been better there, but I don't have that intensity of insecurity. But that's, you know, and needing to be for someone to say that I look great.
Yeah.
So your compliment is a bonus. It has to be a bonus.
I like that.
So
I like
that's where I'm
that.
at in my
Yes.
growth.
No. I think.
But it took a lot of inner work,
Yes.
you know, to get to that point.
That's a very fine advice for that question. Because it starts from within. Your peace, your love, everything starts from within. Everything from the without is just, like you said, an enhancement or a bonus. Thank you very much, but it starts from me. Because if it doesn't start from me, whatever accolades or whatever I get from the outside will never do me any good. I'll receive it will just be on the surface and it won't sift through, and then I'll
That's
still
how
feel
people
very
control
bad.
your emotions. Because if you rely on that, then that means I can control your emotions.
And that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah. No, that is true.
Just waiting for that external validation
Yeah.
from these apps.
I mean, we all need a top up every now and again, like our electricity.
No, but here's the thing. I don't think that. I think
top up.
everybody like you.
I don't mind top up.
Yeah. But you don't mind like being acknowledged or somebody complimenting you. It's lovely. I'm like, I always say this, that the feeling of being desired. It's a nice feeling.
I love to be desired.
Exactly, but it's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you cannot possibly. I think the issue is when you center your life around it,
Exactly.
because it's not sustainable. And I think when I hang out with people and like they're constantly in need of like being validated and being desired, or sometimes if you go out with people and it's like, oh, you got all the attention, so then they the whole night they're upset, and it's like, come on.
Can I tell you one thing? It was interesting. I saw a quote. I think it was 2 years ago. And it said, there's a difference. Women know the difference between being desired and being respected.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Yeah.
So for social media, those fingers that are always, for me, is the speed with which they move from WhatsApp straight on Twitter straight on Daily Mail. And I'm like, I can't keep up, please, wait.
Never been a Twitter fan, actually.
So is everything happening?
Oh, really?
That I need to know these things. And sometimes they're not even interacting with it.
Oh, no.
They're not commenting, they're not getting on the discussions. They're just consuming.
But it's the drug, Jude.
It is a drug.
It's not, honestly, it's like coffee.
Yes, it is.
And it's a drug.
It is a drug. It is a drug. And as such, if you want to stop this, you want to unplug, there are withdrawal symptoms. Then how do we deal with all of that? Do you start having fidgety fingers? Or do you start having this notification beep in your head? Or I need to go out there, no one to see me for a minute. I need to put
It is like that,
there.
I think, for many. I think there was a time when I think there was a threat of, I think, EastEnders or one of those things that was going to end. And people were like, we're going to take our life.
Even EastEnders.
I'm trying to, you got to understand, yeah?
It's a bit...
No, I know. That's why if social media closed down, there would be a lot of bodies.
To be fair, do you remember that time when WhatsApp wasn't working? When WhatsApp, Instagram wasn't working.
Like that.
Yeah, it was really, and I remember
I'm happy that you got that.
Before,
I'm going to tell you something about that. I didn't know because, again, I'm off all of this notification.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. So that means I haven't checked my phone for like a long period of the day, which is, I love this. Then I went to see my cousin's mom who came around, and we call each other cousins. Not really my aunts, but we call each other cousins. So I went to see her and she said, I've been trying to get in touch with your younger sister on WhatsApp. Seems like she blocked my message. You know this auntie, I mean, she thinks I want money from her. I'm like, that's very unusual. My younger sister, she can not receive your message.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, let me check. That's when I opened my WhatsApp and I sent messages to my younger sister. It went that block shape, like it didn't go. I'm like, okay, it's not going through. And that's when the daughter came out and said, my messages are not going through to her. Like, what's been happening? And I said, let's check on X, because that's where I go for news. Went on X, that's when they said WhatsApp has been down the whole day. And that's when I said, they the panic on social media, like what's happening? People went straight to Instagram.
We've lost it.
Because they need to keep up with things. They went on Twitter. I'm like, which hole did I come out from? How did I not know about this? But it was really good for my health. And when I spoke to some people, they were like, oh my God, it was terrible. And I was just sat there listening to people. WhatsApp was done, it was terrible. Then, like you said, I began to imagine a world without this social media.
But before WhatsApp, we were fine. And we were living. Because WhatsApp, I remember when WhatsApp, I remember growing up, we didn't have WhatsApp. I remember AOL dial-up. I remember when you either had to choose whether you were on the internet or your mom was going to be on the phone. And my mom was a phone talker, so if she's on the phone, nobody was allowed to.
And I'll tell you something that we need to be really, something that we need to check. You need to follow up how, this is what I tell people, your greed is what makes these people that you complain about, the so-called capitalist rich all the time. For WhatsApp to go down for that amount of period, Snapchat made more money for that period because everybody just ran there. X made more money because everybody just ran there. I'm like, this is you driving all of that growth. You couldn't wait for WhatsApp to come. So just as these people, these capitalists don't have any loyalty to you or allegiance, you don't have any loyalty to them. It's just feed me now. Who is feeding me now? Feed me, feed me. There's no loyalty anymore.
Yeah, but loyalty, listen. Look, this word loyalty, it's getting out of control, yeah? It's getting out of control, yeah? Especially on media. So? Every post, he ain't loyal, she ain't loyal. Listen,
that one.
I'm loyal to anything that's a part of my sole purpose. How about that? If it's not a part of my sole purpose, I owe it no loyalty.
Yeah, something about your personal growth.
Yeah? That's it. Loyalty to an app.
Yeah.
After I pay contract every month.
At least be loyal to WhatsApp for that 8 hours that went down. Come on, don't run to Snapchat.
Dude, please.
Except you have shares in Snapchat.
Exactly.
Then drive the traffic to
drive the traffic,
and make money. This is what I tell people. I said, make money from these things. If you're on X because you're monetizing your page and Elon is paying you, by all means, use it. Yeah. If you're on WhatsApp and you're getting anything, because I know they're monetizing as well. Yeah. If you're on Facebook, you're doing that. I'm working towards that because I'm giving out knowledge. I still got to get paid. I got bills to pay as well. But I'm not soliciting for. I've never solicited for people to say like, subscribe, give me stars. I don't care. The message is there. People will appreciate it even if it's just one person. So I have a need to use these things at certain times, and sometimes even with those needs, I still know when to say, you know what, is enough of my information out there. I gotta cheat.
Exactly.
And it said, be still and know that I'm God.
Yeah.
And it's not talking about the external, but it's saying, Jude, be still and know that you are God. Receive from within. So that's why I deplug from all of this sometimes. But I say to people, if you have no need being there, don't consume until you so much hate yourself and you're at the brink of breaking. You have this emotional breakdown, this psychological breakdown. 1 hour outside of social media is so much for you to take in a day. Come on, man.
For me, that's...
What happened to going out to get fresh air? The sun was up yesterday.
Yeah.
So many people didn't even know it was a bright day. So many people didn't know it was a beautiful day because it was
out grinding. I missed the day. I was working, I tell you.
Because I didn't go to work yesterday. That's why I saw it. And most people were on their phone. They didn't know it was. They had to even rely on people on social media saying, it's a bright day today for them to stick their head out of the window. Oh, it is bright. But then the sun was setting then. So this is what we're trying to say. Detox from this, and there are ways you could do it. Very easy. Drop your phone, turn it down. Turn off the notifications. So you don't... It is difficult, but try it for a day and see how you fare without having so much notifications coming through. Okay, if you have 20 notifications coming from all of this MSN...
I'll turn mine off anyway.
Please just turn about 2 off and see how you feel.
Off anyway. Oh, you know what? Someone mentioned to me the other day, a client of mine actually, and she had an idea for her son, who's, obviously children from this time now has got their own tablets.
They have everything.
And she said, not only has she put a timer on it, which a lot of parents already do, but there's something called, I think it's like a transparent safe box where she and her partner and the child's going to put their devices in at a certain time.
Yeah.
And it locks.
And
it's just, I know you shouldn't need that, but I like the idea.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
Imagine you come home, you're with your partner, for an example. That could be like, honey, this 2 hours is ours, but it's in the box. I think that's a really cool way.
Yeah, I think that's intentional way.
Intentional.
But I'll tell you the truth, though. I think we all need that. Yeah. Deliberately, we do need that. Because I can't remember how many times I've walked into my yard or walked into a restaurant or walked into any place where there are families.
Yeah.
And it's a sad situation. I swear to God. Shouldn't swear to God, but...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Everybody, everyone's head is just like that. Dad, mom, daughter, brother, cousin, friend, everyone is just like this. No one is talking to each other. No one is interacting.
Really
Sometimes they're actually interacting with each other, but on WhatsApp. So the little ones are using Snapchat to talk to each other. Maybe they're saying, "Dad is lame. I don't know what I'm doing in that case with Dad."
Have I done that? Yes.
No, that is true. But you
I say to my friends, I'm like, listen.
we need to got to go. Time to bounce.
It is sad. And friends are doing that to each other. I don't know why he brought us to this restaurant. It's so expensive. And he knows I'm broke. Do you need money to support? No, I don't. I'll use my credit card. I don't want to come here. I hate her so much.
My son, when I'm talking to my son, he does it. I'm like, no, I would like to talk to you. You're on your phone. Because it is rude, isn't it, when we do that? When you don't need to be doing it and you're having a dialogue with somebody.
Yeah.
But I also think that it can be used as an intentional. I've done it on dates. And I want you to know that I'm bored as hell. I want you to know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm like,
okay.
I'm like, listen, I got to go.
You know.
So I've done it intentionally. Because if I'm on a date and my phone's not in my bag and it's in my hand, that means I'm not having a good time.
Yeah. No. Because that's the one time I know when I go on dates.
You know that, innit?
I put my phone away. Because for me, I'm getting to know you. I don't know you.
Unless you have to answer it, why?
Yeah. Unless it's like, sometimes I look at it, because unfortunately, because of this watch, I'll look at it, I'm like, oh, my mom's calling me. And I don't know why she's calling me. So then I'll be like,
call the fake mom.
No, that's actually the real
there's a fake one too, because
I know there's a fake mom. Yeah. Oh, really?
You don't know it's an app, yeah? Okay, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
My actual mom calling me.
So there are good uses for it.
Dude, it's been an app for years. For years. I used to have it about 10 years ago, and it's still there. I think it still exists, where you actually can record a voice, which could be your voice. It will ring. You set it for a certain time. You could be there and set the time.
Yeah.
And it will say, hi, Sylvia, I've got to go. I've used it. Listen, I've got to go. My brother's calling.
I've never used that. What I just do is get a human to call me. I send a message. Can you just call me in 2 minutes? And they just call me and I'm like, I gotta leave.
Yeah.
But it's not on a date. It's just in a place where I don't want to be. Simple as that. Because there are places I'm like, I'm too old for this. I want to bounce. But these guys will think I'm disrespectful. So I'm like, can you call me and say you're needed? And I just move. The phone rings. I gotta go. Well, I think we've trashed this topic enough, but it's not a topic that I think we can be exhausted today. So we'll always revisit this one. So I think the takeaway from here is you can do it. You can unplug.
Yeah.
You got control. You got your agency about you. You're human. These things don't control you. You can control them. You can delete your apps. The world is not going to end if you delete your app. If no one sees your picture, sees your video anymore, the world ain't going to end. The world will still revolve around whatever the sun or whatever it revolves around, or the earth. Everything will continue to move as it were. And sometimes you won't even be missed.
Yeah.
So the powers are in your hands. You can detoxify from this. Whatever hold you think is gotten you, you can let it go. But it has to start from within, from you. And is this true? Check your wristwatch, it's beeping. On this, I don't have it. The only thing I have here that is so annoying is telling me to get up and walk. I'm like, I bought you, man. You ain't telling me to get up and walk. So I said, off. So you too can take your wristwatch and say, you know what, you're bothering me too much. Yeah, I told you that. It's shut up.
the watch.
Yeah.
You know, everything is trying to control me. There's even the till at Sainsbury. Say, take your bag. I said, let me take my time. I paid for this shopping. Let me take my time to take my bag. Don't shout at me. You know, the other one is saying, go through there, go left. I'm like, I know this road better than you. Go left. I don't care. And I went right. I know there was traffic. I should have listened to you, but hey, I'm going to disconnect you too on this. So,
That's too funny.
On this note, we'll end though, but it is true. It is a huge problem. And some people are calling for the state to treat it as a mental health problem. I'm saying, no, we shouldn't go there.
Wow.
Don't give anybody an excuse over their feelings. I'm tired of people just using their feelings to claim one sickness. And no, we ain't doing that. Detox from your phone. You can throw your phone in a pit. Just throw it anywhere. You can delete those apps. You have the agency. You have the power. You can control this. Don't let it control you. On that note, do you have any final words for our audience?
I think I need to check my phone. No.
That one is the classic. I like that. Jesus. I didn't see that coming. Nana, any final words? You need to check your watch too? Oh my God.
I think just being able to, for yourself, just assess it and basically ascertain for yourself how social media makes you feel. If it doesn't make you feel good, put it away.
On that note, we call it quit. But don't forget to share, subscribe using your apps and your phone.